Oh, hey, what's up?
Excuse me, honey.
Taylor Swift's universe is spinning faster than a friendship bracelet trade at an Era's merch stand. First, Papa Scott stole the spotlight at the Chiefs vs. Ravens game, repping Travis Kelce gear like the most enthusiastic future father-in-law the NFL has ever seen. Then, Taylor turned late-night TV into her own playground, ditching Kimmel and pulling double duty with Fallon and Myers. And just when the headlines couldn't stack any higher, she served a fall fashion look so iconic, it basically declared, "Step aside, pumpkin spice, I'm the CEO of autumn now."
All right, we are still rolling. We're going to try this again, okay? We're elegant. We're luxurious. We're in front of the most beautiful pink vinyl we've ever...
Next came the inevitable Super Bowl chatter, because in Swiftland, all roads somehow lead back to the NFL. Insiders swear Taylor and the league never even exchanged so much as a polite "hey," but that hasn't stopped the rumor mill. Meanwhile, her album covers have Swifties spiraling into full-on Da Vinci Code mode, decoding Easter eggs like their lives depend on it. And just to keep the cameras rolling, Channel 4 is dropping a 2-part Taylor doc tonight, airing right after Bake Off. Because why not add a sprinkle of drama to dessert? But the real headline stealer? Scott Swift. At the Chiefs vs. Ravens showdown, Arrowhead Stadium was thunderous. But up in the suites, Taylor's dad was casually redefining supportive father. Forget blending in. Scott showed up decked in Travis Kelce merch, capped off with a suede cocky hat, straight from Travis's American Eagle collab. Subtle? Not even close. Legendary bad energy? Absolutely. It was basically Scott saying, "Yep, that's my guy," while sipping his soda and pretending he's just there for the football. And here's the kicker. This isn't Scott's first round of hyping up Team Travis. Word is, when Travis asked for permission to propose, Scott's response wasn't hesitation, it was basically, "Dude, what are you waiting for? Just put a ring on it already." Forget skywriting stunts and yacht proposals. Scott was out here reminding everyone the proposal itself is the grand gesture. Of course, the Scott-Travis bond runs deeper than game day fashion statements. Earlier this year, after Scott's frightening quintuple bypass surgery, Travis didn't just send flowers, he actually hung out with him during recovery. Taylor even joked her dad at 75% strength was scarier than most people at full throttle. Translation? This bromance didn't just happen overnight. It's the kind of family seal of approval that makes the whole Swift-Kelce storyline feel less like tabloid gossip and more like fate. Translation? If Travis can survive the legendary Swift dad humor, he's built for the long haul. And honestly, Scott's little merch moment at the Ravens game feels less like a fashion choice and more like the cherry on top of a bigger picture. This isn't just a couple dating. It's starting to look like a full-on family merger. Think about it. This whole saga started with Travis on TikTok confessing he had a crush on Taylor, then showing up at her Eras tour with a friendship bracelet he never even got to give her. Fast forward, and now he's sitting in the suite with her dad, practically auditioning for Son-in-Law of the Year. Wild. Meanwhile, Taylor's back in work mode, but with a twist. She's ghosting Jimmy Kimmel completely and making a power play straight for his late-night rivals. Fallon and Myers just landed the biggest guest in the business, leaving Kimmel on the sidelines like a benched quarterback. Brutal. First up, Seth Meyers. And it's not just a guest spot, it's a Taylor takeover. Word is, she's the only guest of the night, and Seth even leaned all the way in with a full Swiftie cosplay on social. Sparkly cardigan, her initials, and a mug that basically screamed, "Queen Taylor runs the show now."
Oh, hey, what's up?
A couple days later, Fallon gets his turn, which feels right since he's basically an honorary member of the Swiftie universe by now. Their history of chaotic, goofy energy together guarantees viral gold. Translation, brace yourself for TikTok-worthy clips on repeat.
Excuse me, honey.
Meanwhile, Kimmel's show has been messy. Between that suspension drama, the ratings roller coaster, and his hit-or-miss clapbacks, it's not exactly shocking that Taylor swerved him. Insiders whisper she's not about to let someone else's controversy cloud her album rollout. And honestly, when you're gearing up to drop your 12th album titled The Life of a Showgirl, the last thing you want is your promo time turning into a debate stage. Instead, this whole press tour feels like classic Taylor, chaos with precision. Album lands October 3rd. She's pulling a doubleheader with Fallon and Myers, then jetting across the pond to charm Graham Norton. And, because she's Taylor Swift, there's also an AMC theater takeover with a full-length release party. Casual. But the takeover doesn't stop at late-night couches. Taylor's also out here casually reinventing fall fashion like it's a side hustle. In Target's ad for her exclusive album edition, she plays both the bossy director and the glittering showgirl. It's equal parts Hollywood glam and wink-wink self-parody. Peak Taylor-coded marketing magic.
What is going on with the posture? It's giving no girl, not showgirl. What are we doing? All right, we are still rolling. We're going to try this again. Okay? We're elegant. We're luxurious. We're in front of the most beautiful pink vinyl we've ever seen. Elegance. Charm. Not that.
One moment she's dripping in a rhinestone bodysuit that screams Vegas residency, but make it Oscar-worthy. The next, she's serving cool professor who couldn't care less about attendance in a slouchy pinstripe blazer, wide-leg jeans, and gold accessories worth more than your car. Honestly, the vibe was, I own the record label, the stadium, and probably your apartment complex too. But here's the thing, this wasn't just fashion. Insiders say it was Taylor's way of sliding into autumn with a look that says, yes, I can pen breakup ballads and still look like I'm about to fire you in a boardroom. And let's not ignore the jeans. Wide leg, not skinny. Taylor knows the revival is real and she's leaning all the way in. Somewhere a millennial just clutched their jeggings in fear. And if you thought this blazer moment was new, please! She already teased her fall plaid obsession when she rolled up to Patrick Mahomes' birthday in a matching two-piece. Subtle? Absolutely not. That outfit was basically a Pinterest board strolling around with champagne. While Taylor's been strutting through autumn like it's her personal runway, the NFL internet has been busy dragging her name into a halftime fantasy that was never even on the table. Taylor Swift headlining the 2026 Super Bowl. Cute, but pure fanfiction. Turns out, the league and Taylor never even exchanged a polite hey. No calls, no emails, not even a carrier pigeon. So how did the rumor explode like confetti at an Eras Tour finale? Easy. Taylor plus NFL boyfriend equals instant speculation. Add the commissioner's smirk and shrug routine on TV, and the internet sprinted with it like Travis on a third down conversion. Behind the scenes, Taylor didn't even blink. She's knee-deep in album launch chaos and wedding planning. Why on earth would she squeeze in a 15-minute medley between Rihanna-level pyrotechnics and linebackers in face paint? Insiders say the NFL never wanted her this cycle anyway. No invite, no interest. And honestly, both sides are fine with that. Taylor's like, I've already got stadiums booked, thanks. Meanwhile, the league was busy locking in its real headliner, Bad Bunny. Yep, he's the 2026 star, and word is Jay-Z pushed his name from the jump. Adele? Total smokescreen. Classic NFL misdirection. Basically a fake punt, but make it fashion. The funniest part, fans kept tying Taylor's halftime chances to her relationship with Travis, like Roger Goodell was about to hand her the Super Bowl stage as a future Mrs. Kelce perk. Sorry, but no, this isn't a family and friends discount situation. League insiders have made it clear. Her personal life has zero impact on who gets to sing while 100 million people are dunking wings in ranch. And just when you think the NFL rumor mill is peak chaos, Taylor's album rollout reminds everyone who the real mastermind of controlled confusion is. Because let's be real, Taylor doesn't just release music. She drops puzzles disguised as music. Case in point, the covers for The Life of a Showgirl. One has her dripping in rhinestones like a Vegas goddess. Another shows her floating in turquoise water, Ophelia 2.0. And another, brooding with a severe bob and more feathers than a craft store clearance bin. To the untrained eye, it's just pretty album art. To Swifties, it's the Da Vinci Code with sequins. Take the Ophelia cover. Fans immediately linked it to the 1850s painting of Shakespeare's tragic heroine floating downstream. Then they noticed the opening track is literally titled The Fate of Ophelia. Coincidence? Please, Taylor doesn't do coincidence. That's like thinking Travis just happened to have a friendship bracelet at her show. And then there's the color palette. Bright orange clashing with mint green. Some fans say orange equals transformation. Others went full nerd, writing Instagram dissertations about copper oxidizing into green. Translation, strength, rust, endurance. Imagine telling your boss you relate because you were busy Googling oxidation charts to decode Taylor Swift. Oh, and the glowing exit signs. 2 of them. Not 1, 2. Not a Photoshop slip. Cue panic. Is she hinting at quitting music, sneaking in a reputation nod under the feather boas? Or is it literally just fire safety regs? With Taylor, it could be all 3 at once. And if the cryptic clues weren't enough, Channel 4 is about to feed the frenzy tonight. Forget your decoding spreadsheets. This is 2 straight hours of Taylor on a silver platter. Yep, a full-on documentary double bill, dropping right after the Great British Bake Off. Imagine that vibe shift. 1 minute you're sobbing over a collapsed souffle, the next you're knee-deep in Taylor's 20-year saga. Emotional whiplash, British TV style. Episode 1 kicks off at 9:15 p.m., with Episode 2 sliding in at 10:20 and wrapping around 11:20. Translation, Channel 4 just gave everyone an official excuse to ghost their group chats for the night. And don't panic if you miss it, Swifties can hit the on-demand app tomorrow while working from home. As for what's inside, less fluffy fan montage, more deep dive drama. Insiders say it's stacked with commentary from industry power players, cultural critics, and fans who've probably spent more on friendship bracelets than rent. The doc promises the highs, the heartbreaks, the feuds, the feminism, the eras, the reinventions, all under the Channel 4 microscope. The director is calling it Taylor's ultimate power story, a girl who grew up on MySpace and Tumblr, then devoured the music industry whole while juggling snake emojis, stadium tours, and now wedding prep. Channel 4 bosses are calling it epic, which in classic British understatement really means we know this is going to break the internet. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.